In a world hungry for accountability, what happens when a controversial figure is given one of the biggest stages? This July, comedian Shane Gillis, famously fired from Saturday Night Live years ago for past problematic remarks, is set to host the 2025 ESPY Awards. For many, it's a second chance. For others, it's an ethical red flag. Gillis's journey back into the mainstream has been a complex one. After his abrupt departure from SNL in 2019, clips resurfaced of him using racist and homophobic slurs on his podcast. The backlash was immediate and intense. He apologized, acknowledging he pushes boundaries and sometimes misses. Fast forward to now, a Netflix special, 2 SNL hosting gigs, and now the ESPYs, one of sports' biggest nights, televised by ESPN. This isn't just a comeback, it's a test case for our collective sense of justice. This situation forces us to grapple with fundamental ethical questions. Firstly, accountability versus perpetual punishment. In an age of cancel culture, how long should past mistakes define a person's future, especially if they show signs of growth or change? Is true redemption possible in the public eye, or is certain past behavior unforgivable, regardless of subsequent actions? We often demand consequences, but what's the ethical framework for knowing when enough is enough? Where is the line between holding someone accountable and denying them a future opportunity? Then there's the question of platform responsibility. ESPN, as a major media network, has an immense reach. What are their ethical obligations when choosing a host for a high-profile event? Are they simply aiming for ratings, or do they also have a moral duty to reflect certain values or to avoid validating past offensive behavior? Does inviting a controversial figure to host inherently legitimize their past actions, or does it signal a belief in their capacity for evolution? It's a delicate balance between artistic freedom, commercial interests, and public sentiment. This debate also touches on the complex relationship between free speech and social impact. While free speech protects the right to express oneself, it doesn't guarantee a platform, nor does it shield one from the social consequences of their words. Is a public figure's speech subject to a higher ethical standard because of their wider reach? And how much weight should be given to public outrage versus the principle of individual liberty? This isn't about deciding whether Shane Gillis is good or bad. It's about a society grappling with its own values. It asks about the uncomfortable questions that arise when our desire for justice meets our capacity for forgiveness. How do we, as a society, navigate these waters? What kind of public sphere do we want to build? We want to hear your perspective. What do you believe are the core ethical considerations in this situation? Is the ESPYs hosting gig a sign of necessary evolution or a step backward? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation ethical and thought-provoking.